This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, I want to talk about these Rudy Poos and these plums coming on my page. You know, what I call the James Harden riders media that's been brainwashing these James Harden apologists and James Harden stans. That's right, the James Harden apologists and the James Harden stans, because they want to sit here, you know what I'm saying, and want to be Rudy Poos and plums getting on my channel now, trying to, you know, I guess do the proverbial shove it down my throat that James Harden is better than Kobe Bryant in scoring. You know what I just did? I just threw that thing right back out, because guess what? These cats are stupid. You know, they don't know nothing. They don't know they're nonsensical, and they don't know nothing about basketball, and they just need to higgity hush. Here's the thing. When you're arguing with, or you're debating with, you know, this modern day Rudy Poo and plum NBA generational fan, what you find is that you get migraines, you get headaches, because you realize, you know what I'm saying, they're nothing but a bunch of beta boys. All they want to sit here and do is just sit here and talk about nonsense that's not relevant. It has no relevance to the game of basketball. And then they keep showing more and more as they're doing the exchange with you how their knowledge is what I call the status quo knowledge. The knowledge that sits there and is pretty much brainwashing their brains. You know, it's ingrained, man. It's like it's been indoctrinated. That's the perfect word, indoctrination, because we all know the pure definition of indoctrinated is something that's been pretty much given to you or been embedded into you since birth. And that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing that these I don't know what these low grade stock or specimen that are being generated and created today, you know, they just don't get it, man. You know, and it's just sad, because how did we come to this point of a race to where, you know, when we sit here and we're watching sports, we're allowing our minds to be brainwashed by the ESPNs and the Foxes of the world. We're not doing critical thinking. We're not reasoning effectively to be able to call out the nonsense for what it is. You want to sit here and act like Kobe did not have greater scoring feats than James Harden. But we want to sit here and put James Harden in the same breath with Kobe, because, again, what we're seeing with the modern day Rudy Poo and plum NBA generational fan is that they're dodo heads. I'm going to say that again. They're dodo heads, because they don't try to, you know, fact check information. They just want to go by what they're hearing. We want to act like Kobe did not score 81 points. And when Kobe scored the 81 points, go look at his efficiency. The man shot damn near close to 60% when he scored 81 points. So for this plum that was sitting there going back and forth with me earlier today about, oh, well, Kobe was not efficient. Are you freaking kidding me? His 81 points was more impressive than Wilt Chamberlain's 100, because Wilt Chamberlain was doing everything from 5 feet in the rim. Kobe was doing everything from 15 feet and out. Most of his shots were from 20 feet now, as a matter of fact. And he shot damn near over 60%. So don't come over here with this efficiency bullshit. Then we want to sit here and forget that Kobe dropped 65 points on the Portland Trailblazers. Mind you, at the time, he did that against one of the better two guards that was in the league, that was sitting there lashing it up to LeBron, lashing it up to Wade, you know what I'm saying, at those times when Wade was a top 3 player. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about Kobe dropping 61 in Madison Square Garden. Nobody wants to sit here and talk about the 62 points Kobe scored in 29 minutes and 30 seconds, which is still an NBA record. And in that game, if Phil Jackson did not take him out before the third quarter, mind you, there was still close to a minute left in the third quarter, and if Phil Jackson did not take Kobe Bryant out, we're talking about Kobe Bryant possibly beating the 81-point game. He was on pace in that game to beat the 81-point record. Then we forget Kobe has 60 points multiple times, including the last game of his NBA career. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. You know, cats want to sit here and try to compare. Plus, Kobe had a pickup game against James Harden, and he scored 45 to James Harden's 44 points, and hit the last shot in his damn grill, right in between his eye sockets, which Kobe's notorious for doing. But we want to sit here now and have a debate. I mean, the disrespect and the gall, man. It just shows you how disrespectful and how Rudy Poo and plum and dodo fucking head this new generation is, man. They don't know shit about basketball. They don't know shit about sports. But they want to sit here and argue with you up and down. And when you listen to their argument, it's just, there's no merit to it. There's no bass. There's no sound. It's just a bunch of Rudy Poo plum crap. You know, and that's what I'm sick and tired of. Cats coming on here, on this channel, trolling, doing nonsensical stuff that just doesn't make sense. You know, and then when you call them out for their crap and you tell them to go back and crawl out of that hole which they came from, or where they crawled out of the hole where they came out of, because I don't know what holes these people come out of, man. Really, I think it's foxholes or something like that. But the point that I'm trying to make is, you know, how did your brain become full of mush? You know, how did you sit there and just allow yourself to get this information embedded into you, and you're not sitting here and you're not telling yourself, hold up, something's not adding up. You know, I've seen greatness at higher levels than this. You know, I've seen greatness in feats that were better. Why am I not challenging it? You know, that says a lot about you and your character. If you're going to sit here and try to force down people's throat, which I just threw right back up, the nonsense, you know, that is what you think is basketball. No, that's what we call status quo rubbish basketball knowledge. What I'm trying to give you guys is the true, proper, and rare basketball knowledge. And if you guys listen to these basketball videos, you'll learn something. You know, and shout outs to those who, you know, give me the respectable agree to disagrees, and those who have engaging debates, and those you could tell that when they're talking, they have sense, like the D. Jeffersons of the world. You know, shout outs to him. You know, you could tell these people have sense when they're talking basketball because they can break it down thoroughly. Me and him, you know, we haven't agreed to disagree with the Kevin Durant scenario. He feels Kevin Durant is inferior to LeBron. I don't feel that. I feel Kevin Durant has surpassed and supplanted over LeBron for the last 3 to 4 years as the best player in the NBA. But we have what I call an engaging debate back and forth, because he brings up some good points, but my points obviously are better, and they've been debunking, ethering, and murking his points. I mean, he'll agree to disagree, but that's neither here nor there. But the point is the debate is engaging, and you can tell the person has merit and they have sense. See, I don't mind you having a different opinion from me, but make sure your opinion has substance, man. Make sure that there's value to it. And what I'm finding is that these Rudy Poos and these plums say stuff because they heard the Shannon Sharps and the Nick Wrights of the world say that crap. Or they've heard the Chris Broussards and the Stephen A. Smiths say that nonsense. They're not speaking out of their own volition. Oh, matter of fact, I just use a word that's too big for them. They're not speaking out of their own mind, their own brain, their own will. They're not doing that. And it's clear. And me, I'm going to call out the bullshit for what it is. It's bullshit. So don't sit here and try to come over here and give me this James Harden nonsense. James Harden can't even tie Kobe Bryant's shoes, man. Let alone we're talking about him and Kobe in the same breath. Are you freaking kidding me? This is what's wrong with people. They want to sit here and make us forget the MJ23s and the KB24s of the world. That's not happening over here. Not on my watch. That's why I have a channel. That's why I have a page. Because I felt like I needed to have a platform to call out the foolery and the nonsense for what it is. And I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to bring you guys that heat and that fire. You know what I'm saying? Because it needs to be called out. And those who support me, I'm going to keep giving you guys this content because I know this stuff is stuff that needs to be heard to the masses, because it's that rare and that true stuff. It's that comprehension. It's that $1 million game that people need to get it. You know what I'm saying? Because what we need to do is we need to reprogram these people's minds that have been brainwashed. They've been brainwashed for too long. And if they're not careful, if they tell these people to go stick something up their ass, they'll probably go do it. And that's just the truth of the fact of the matter. It is what it is. I'm just calling it for what it is. You know, I'm calling a spade a spade. I'm keeping it a buck, and I'm keeping it real, and I'm keeping it 100. And if you guys don't like it, then guess what? Higgity hush. This is He Knows His Sport. Checking out.